Hey there, welcome to this beginner-friendly tutorial on Power BI Desktop. If you've never used Power BI before, no worries. We're going to start from scratch and learn by doing a fun project together. Let's jump in. This is the dashboard that we intend to build by the end of today's tutorial. We will introduce Power BI Desktop, how you can transform your data in Power Query, build visualizations, create a dashboard, at the end publish and share your report. So what is Power BI? Imagine you've got a bunch of messy data like a giant spreadsheet. Power BI helps you turn that mess into cool charts, graphs, and dashboards. It's like giving your numbers a voice so that they can tell you what's really going on. In this video, we'll work with data from a fake retail store. We look at customers' products and sales, and we'll turn that into a dashboard that shows things like what our best-selling product is, which region buys the most, and which category sells the most. So let's start with the download and installation of Power BI Desktop. You can download and install Power BI Desktop from two places. The first is your usual Google search and download from Microsoft's website. The second is using Microsoft Store installed on your PC. In some organizations where the Microsoft Store is disabled, the first option can be used. Let's open the application now that it is fully installed. And this is the page you will see once you open it. On the left side, there are 4 icons, each representing a different way to view, understand, and modify your data. We will be building our dashboard on this page we call the report view. All the dashboard components and visuals are placed here to be published and shared within team. There are a few of the most common options to add data to your report displayed right here in front. The second icon is the table view, where you will be able to see all the data that you've imported into the application. You can even click on Get Data to see all the different places you can download your data from. When you click on more items, you will get this pop-up window that displays all the possible sources where you can get your data from. You can see that there are quite a lot of different options that you have, which are also categorized on the left-hand side for your ease. Okay, so let's import our data into our report so we can explore the other 2 tabs we discussed before. I've included 3 different file formats in our sample data. Our first file is a normal Excel XLSX file. So I will click on the Excel workbook and click on Connect. It takes a few seconds for the data to load, and then this pop-up shows up. Here you can see all the tables that your data file may have, and they are listed on the left pane for you to choose. When I click on each table name, I will get a preview of the data on the right-hand side. For this example, I need both the tables, so I will select both, and now here you have 2 options, either to load or to transform. The load option will simply load the data as it is for you to use in your reports. However, the transform data option will open the Power Query editor page for you to make any changes to the data before you start building the report. We will discuss this feature in a bit. Just note that any changes you make to your data in Power BI will not impact your actual data, so you can make changes with ease. Once your data is fully loaded, you will see the tables on the right side panel called Data. Now let's import the rest of the data that we have and will be using for our project. The first one is a text file called Regions. For this file, we will get a different pop-up with more options. Here, since we don't have tables, Power BI is giving us the option to select the delimiter. Since this is a simple text file, I've left the delimiter as a tab. You can also see that the header row has not been detected in this data. So a minor modification is required before we start using this data as a table in our report. So we will be clicking on the transform option here. Once I click on transform, this Power Query editor opens with the data. The data is in a table format, which is exactly what we want. Now we have to simply make sure that the header is the first row in the table. In the ribbon at the top, you can see that there are several options to modify the data as per your requirement. We will not be going deep into these options in this tutorial. but here we have the option that we're looking for, use first row as headers. Click on that and you will see that the first row has shifted up and become the header of the table. Any changes made to the data in this editor will be recorded under the Applied Steps settings box that you can see on the right. So in future, if you modify your file and load the data once again into Power BI, the same steps will be applied to the data. Once again, just a reminder, any modifications that you make here will not impact your original data. Then we click on Close and Apply, and any changes we made are saved to the data that is loaded in Power BI only. And now we can see our regions table on the data panel, ready to be used in our visuals and dashboards. And finally, I will quickly import our final CSV file, and the only difference here is that I have selected the delimiter as a comma, as a CSV file separates its data using commas, and by selecting the delimiter correctly, the data was organized in a tabular format right away. Again, let's apply the same settings as we did in our text file to ensure the headers are correctly added to the table. The step is recorded on the right hand side. We click on Close and Apply, and now we are ready to start building our report. On the right hand side, we can see our tables loaded. If we expand on each table, we can see the fields that are available for us to use in our report. Now, when I click on the tables view, I can see each table clearly in a table format. The third view, which is called the model view, shows us the different relationships between each table. You can move each element around to see how it relates to the different tables in the report. For example, the first table, regions, is related to the customers table using the region ID value. The product table is related to the sales table using the product ID value. And finally, the sales table is also related to the customers table through the customer ID value. This link here between the tables shows what kind of a relationship there is between each table. It could be a one-to-one, one-to-many, or many-to-one relationship. I have discussed this in detail in the video linked above. On the panels on the right, there are field properties that you can modify or check the properties and data type of each field. Now, let's go back to the report view where we will be building our visuals. We intend to build 3 visuals in this report showing the sales per region, sales per year, and sales per category. I want to see the sales per region first, but I want to see it in a data format, in a table. So I build a new table which includes a combination of fields from different tables. We will simply drag the field and drop it in our report view. So first I drag the product ID, then the total quantity. And now I want to see the regions. So I will pull this field into the same table. This table now shows me the total quantity of each product sold in each region. Our second table includes the total quantity sold in each region, regardless of which product it is. We can even transform a visual from a table format to a chart format by simply clicking the table first and then the chart type under the visualizations panel. Just to clean the chart a little bit, I will change the name of the field for this chart. The rest can remain the same. Our next table and chart will show the total sales in 1 year. You will see that once I pull the date field to the report, the dates are split into day, month, quarter, and year. This split is done for any data in the date format, and it's useful when you want to see charts by quarter or month. Our table has only 1 year's worth of data, so we will select the month to see the sales per month instead. And now we will drag the total quantity to see how much was sold in each month. I will put the exact same data in a line graph format, and here you can see the same data in a chart. I also wish to change the background color of my chart. So for that, I will click on this option here, which is in Format Visual, and then click on the General tab, expand the Effects option here, and I can choose the background color to give my chart. I will select a light gray. And finally, our last chart, which is sales per category. Let's pull the category field into the report and also the total quantity. I will adjust the quantity field here as well, and now you can see a beautiful pie chart showing the total number of each category items sold during the year. And now just a few formatting and resizing of the charts. You can even select a table, click on Format Painter and reapply those formatting to other charts as well. I will quickly rearrange my tables and charts in this report and then add a few filters, which are called slicers, after that. My first filter is the date field. I will just pull the month field into the report on the right, and I will add a few more slices, which I will discuss in a bit. I have added the category, region name, and product name fields as slices to this report. And using these slicers or filters, your audience will be able to click and easily filter the charts and tables according to their requirements. Now, by clicking on the Format Visual tab and going to the General settings here, I will apply a few formatting changes to my slicers. Use the Format Painter to copy those settings to the remaining slicers, and by clicking on the eraser icon at the top of each slicer, you can remove any selections and view the entire data as it was published. Now you can see when I select a specific category, the data in the tables and the charts updates accordingly. Make sure you don't forget to save your report, and once you're happy with the formatting and tables, click on Publish to share the report with your colleagues. You will get an option to enter your work or school email if your company has subscribed to the Power BI service, and you will be able to share this report with your colleagues. I don't have any company subscription, so I'll just click on Cancel and we're done. This simple basic Power BI report converted rows and rows of dry data into pictures that can communicate 1,000 times better. Do visit and subscribe onto our YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram channels for more. Thanks for watching today.